What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today I want to take a look at the increase. Okay, so we're going to look at the average that a person on Social Security benefits, the average that they're receiving, and then we're going to go from there and we're going to see how much this increase will be when it comes to COLA, and then we'll tally that up. And I'm going to do this. This is going to be very conservative numbers, okay? So I'm not going to be putting in 10% increase for COLA or anything like that. I want to keep it conservative. That way, this is kind of the bottom line. If you're receiving Social Security, you'll probably see more, but I want to give you kind of a baseline to go off. So that's what we're going to do today. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video, please subscribe, and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And I really appreciate everyone that's been letting me know in the comments that they're not getting notified when I put out videos. That way I can let YouTube know the whole situation. So make sure, if you're not getting those notifications, the first thing that you want to do is go to where you subscribe. Just go where it's the subscribe button. It shouldn't be red anymore. It should be colored in gray. But if you click it, it will show you where you are. If you're asking for all notifications are personalized, or if you want no notifications at all. And some people might be on no notifications, and that's why you're not getting the notifications. So just check that for me. I appreciate it. And if you're new, subscribe and then hit that little bell. You only need to do it once, and then it should be sending out the notifications. Okay, so first thing I want to do is flip my screen here, and we're going to do a search. Okay, so, and I did this search earlier, so it already came up. So the average Social Security check. That's all I put there. Okay, just keep it basic. And so Google's telling us the average. Now this can fluctuate, and I heard it was around 1,650 something, but it's on here. It's saying that it's $1,542.22. That is the average. Okay, in 2022. So we're going to take that average, and what I'll do here is pull up a calculator. And we're going to take that average, and I'm going to do 8%. Now, we know when it comes to COLA, it's going to be probably around 8.6, 8.7, maybe even 8.8. But I want to do 8% because that's a conservative number. We won't see it lower than 8%. That's pretty much a fact. Just looking at, if you look at July numbers, the CPIW for July was 9.1. The CPIW for August was 8.5. And so actually it was 8.7. I'm sorry. So we're looking at a situation where it's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood. This last CPIW for September will probably be in the neighborhood of 8.4, 8.5, maybe 8.3, somewhere around there. So that's what we're anticipating. So we're going to do 8%. Okay, so that's 0.08 times, what did we say, 1542. Okay, and we'll leave out the cents there. And so you see there, it's already showing me it's $123.36. Okay, so that is what we're looking at as far as an increase based on the average. Now, everyone is going to be different because people are receiving different amounts, okay? And we'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the video, but everyone's receiving different amounts, so this is going to fluctuate. This is not going to be for everyone. We're just taking the average, so we're just going straight down the middle. So now let's just add that. So we'll add that to the, what did I say, $1,542. And there is our average. Now, this is very, very conservative. This is a very, very conservative number, $1,665.36. Now, like I said, conservative numbers. If we're looking at it, if we're going to look at 8.6 or 8.7, it'll be an increase of a little bit more. So you'll be around that neighborhood of 1,700. And this is based on the average. Now, there are some people that are receiving less than 1,600 or less than the average. The average is 1,542. Some people are receiving, right now they're receiving less than that 1,500. And so their 8%, it's going to be less for them. So just understand we're doing the average and we're just taking that 8%. And the fact that we know that Medicare Part B will see a decrease of $5.20 it's good because now we can look at COLA and say, okay, the Medicare Part B is not going to take anything away from this $123 that we factored in for the average. So it's good news all around when it comes down to it. Now, understand this money from COLA is to offset inflation. That is what it's designed for. So this is not going to be just an increase and you're going to automatically have a lot more money to spend. It is just keeping up with inflation. And so over the last year, people have been struggling. They've been going to the grocery store, paying a lot more everywhere, paying a lot more for gas and all that. This is to help offset that. That is the reason for this. Now, when it comes to a raise for Social Security or Social Security reform, that's something that's going to happen at a later date. And I've talked to you guys a little bit about that. I think this is something that will be on the table in 2023, but we are going to have to wait a little bit. And we have to see what happens when it comes to the midterm election, because that is going to really factor in. Because if you have Republicans taking over the House and taking over the Senate or taking over just one of the chambers, now you're looking at a situation where they're going to have their ideas of how they want to move forward when it comes to Social Security. And we already know that they've been talking about the Social Security reform in the sense that they want to address the trust fund, but the trust fund only. Right now, Republicans aren't talking about expanding Social Security. And so the expansion that we were hearing about, that was coming from Senator Bernie Sanders. He wanted the $200 per month raise. But Republicans aren't talking about that, okay? If anything, what they want to do, their solution, because they don't want to raise taxes, so their solution is you need to work longer before you can qualify for Social Security. So maybe 69, 70, work until that age, and then you can get your retirement, Social Security retirement at the highest level. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen when it comes to the midterm elections, but that's going to be crucial because that will set the stage for the next 2 years when it comes to the talks of Social Security. And if we see Republicans take over, let's just say the Republicans take over the House, then it's going to be highly unlikely that we will see any type of expansion of Social Security, any type of raise, because you're going to have Republicans that are going to be against that. At least right now, they're against it. Democrats are for expansion. When it comes to Republicans, they're not for any type of expansion. So we'll just have to follow this and see where it goes. But I just wanted to put those numbers out so you guys can kind of understand. I did have someone in the comments a couple of days ago. They mentioned I mentioned 8.6%. Then they said, well, that really doesn't do anything for me. Like, how much is that in real money? Well, it's hard for me to tell you that because I don't know how much you're receiving in your benefits. So if I knew how much you're receiving in your benefits, then quick calculation, you could figure out how much 8.6% would be for you. But I decided, okay, we can do it by average. So I can just take the average, and then you can do this. Pull up a calculator. You know how much you're receiving every month, and you'll have a pretty good idea of what you'll be receiving in 2023. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.